If you watch my video on the best Hallmark mystery movies from best to worst, then you know that my absolute favorite is the Aurora Teagarden mysteries. Now, there are a bunch, I was going to say a million, but that's too many. There are about 18 movies out there, so it's kind of hard to jump in, especially because they show them out of order. And even if they wanted to have a marathon, I don't even think they could do that in an entire day because there are so many movies. So today, I'm going to share with you my top 10 facts about the Aurora Teagarden mysteries so you can get up to speed and jump into any episode and know exactly what's going on. I'm Lisa, author of the Frosted Misfortunes Cozy Mystery Series, starring my own little kitty cat, Lucky. On this channel, we talk all about mysteries, whether those are books, TV shows, or movies. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Tuesday. All right, so let's just take a step back really quick. Are they books? Are they TV shows? Or are they movies? Well, the answer is they're all of the above. So you get the best of all three worlds. So first of all, Charlene Harris is the person who created the Aurora Teagarden mysteries, and she's fabulous and funny and entertaining and writes wonderful books. So you definitely will love the series if you decide to go the book route. Now, just keep in mind, the books diverge very significantly from the TV show movies that you see on Hallmark. And I should say Hallmark diverged from the books because the books came first. There are 10 books in the series, and there are not going to be any more. Charlene Harris has said that she's not on contract to write anymore, and she left Row in a very good place when she ended with that 10th book. Now, is it a TV show or a movie on the Hallmark Channel? And the answer is it's the best of both. So it's not your traditional TV show like When Calls the Heart, where each episode is an hour, maybe like 45 minutes of programming, 15 minutes of commercials. It is actually it's 2 hours for each movie. So I would say with all the commercials, maybe it's like an hour and 15 or hour 20 minutes of actual movie time. So you get a full-sized like show movie, but it's all in a series. So they all keep going along with the same characters. So I love the fact that they are doing that. And that's pretty much true for all the Hallmark mystery movies. I don't think they have a mystery TV series, do they? No, they don't. They do show reruns. If you ever watch that channel of Monk and Magnum PI and Murder, She Wrote. So they do have other mysteries on there that are TV shows, but not ones that they originally produced. So let's get into that list today. So the first thing is quick stats. There are 16 movies right now, and the 17th one is supposed to come out August 31st, but don't write that date down. I don't know who's in charge over at Hallmark, but they change the dates all the time, like whenever they feel like it. They're like, we're going to do it this day. And they're like, no, we're going to do it this day. And they don't even say, hey, we changed the date. They just rewrite a new date. So you have the wrong dates in there. Because I try to put them into my calendar so I remember to DVR them. This is how much I love this series. So that is what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to be the honeymoon episode because we just saw the movie where she got married. So this will be the honeymoon one, which they said was already filmed, ready to go. They're just going to wait and do it that day. I don't know if any more are coming out this year. Possibly they might wait until next year because they did do 3 new ones for this year, which was a lot considering all of the COVID stuff going on. All right. So that's the first thing. The second thing is books versus movies. Like I said, they're totally different. So if you read them, I'll point out a couple differences as we go along. The third thing is age. So how old is she? She's about in her 40s because they just did an episode where she had a class reunion, and I think it was like a 20-year class reunion. So they're not trying to make her seem like she's a 20-something kind of just figuring life out. She's pretty settled, but she's not bitter or old or anything, has arthritis. It's not that kind of old. She's just, a woman in her 40s, kind of single and hanging out. The fourth one is, what is her career? She is a librarian. Now, she is not the head librarian. I believe the head librarian is Lillian because she seems to kind of answer to her, but not really. I think there's another person in charge, but they really don't get into the library politics or what's what. And she doesn't seem to really work every day. It's kind of sometimes she might have a shift, but for the most part, she's free to investigate murders. The fifth one is the cast. So you might recognize some famous people. Obviously, Aurora Teagarden is the most famous. She is Candace Cameron Bure, which I am actually a huge fan. There's another video on this channel where I just did a review of all of her books. And they're not fiction books. They're just memoirs of different things in life and talking about Dancing with the Stars and talking about married life and raising kids. And so, yeah. if you like her, then you might like those. She's really open and shares a ton of stuff too on Instagram, and she like does her workouts. So I'm a big fangirl of Candace Cameron Bure. Anyway, and I do buy a lot of her products on Dayspring. She like has her own line of Bibles and aprons and mugs. I don't know. There's a ton of stuff out there that she does. And I think she has a clothing line too. I feel like she's doing a lot of stuff. And she'll do like those things on QVC for makeup or skincare. I don't do any makeup skincare, so I've never bought any of those things. But yeah, very busy. She's an entrepreneur as well as an actress. So let's move down the list for the cast. You might recognize her mother, the woman who plays her mother, which is Mary Lou Henner. She's from Taxi. So this woman looks amazing. I don't know how old she is. I know she's up there, but she doesn't look like it at all. And she has hyperthymesia, which is very cool in and of itself, which there are only like, I think they said 10 people in the world, which means she can remember everything. There was that TV show Forgotten. It was a mystery show. I actually really liked it. I think it only ran for 3 seasons, and she was a consultant for that show because she has hyperthymesia, which the main character did as well. Number 6 is who is her sidekick? It is Sally, the reporter. So Lexa Doig. So Sally is like sometimes Asian. She's sometimes Black. I don't know. I think it was like a scheduling thing because they have so many movies. And at one point they took the mayor who's Black and they like recasted her as Sally. It was very confusing. Everyone was like, what is going on? And the best part is Hallmark, I don't know if they like whitewashed it. They like made her parents super white. And Lexa Doig is part Asian. So it was kind of odd. I don't know. We'll just assume that Hallmark is being very progressive and maybe she's like me and she's adopted and that's why her family is white. I don't know. They never really explain it or go into any detail about it. Number 7 is Lovelife. So there's been a lot of people coming in and out. So in the TV show, they start out with Arthur. So Arthur is her ex. He's actually dating or married to Lynn, who's now the chief of police. She wasn't always. There was another chief of police, but he was killed in one of the episodes. And then Lynn took over as the chief of police. So he does show up and help them out with crimes and gives them more information than they should probably really have. But what I do really like is that Lynn is kind of like annoyed with Aurora just as a police officer and because Arthur used to date her, but she's not like mean girling her or anything silly or juvenile like that. So they get along. Lynn is fair, even though obviously she doesn't like someone putting their nose into her crimes. And then she ended up trying to date a priest for the very first, I think, movie. Her mom was trying to set her up. That didn't really work out. He just kind of disappeared after that one episode. And then there was a famous mystery writer that was in town visiting that she was totally fangirling over. And then they kind of dated, but it didn't kind of work out. And then he had to go off somewhere. And then he came back again because he made a book, or he wrote a book with her as the star, and they were going to make a movie out of it and film on site. And so we see him again. And then she finally gets like a real boyfriend, which is Martin. Now, Martin is her husband in the books, but Martin ends up dying. And so she gets left alone as a single mother in the books. And so in the TV show, he ends up leaving. They don't kill him off because he's ex-CIA and he has to go help a friend out. And really, in real life, the actual actor, I think his name is Yannick Besson, had scheduling conflicts. So that's the only reason he got written off the show. Otherwise, she might have ended up marrying him because the very next, like for a few episodes, they just don't even address her love life at all. She's like totally on her own. And then finally, she meets Nick. Now, Nick is her neighbor, and it's only because she's like living in one of her mom's condos and she's helping to like rent out the other one that's next door. And he is a professor at the university. He's possibly a murder suspect in that particular episode, but they end up dating, get engaged, and get married. So that's her status right now. Now, number 8 is the police. So what role do they play in the mysteries? So again, Arthur's the main detective. There's a couple other police officers we see, but they're not really into doing things. So Arthur accidentally gives her information or slips her, answers questions for her. And also because Sally's a reporter, she's always talking to him as well to try to get information on the different crimes. Now, he's not really supposed to give her information, and his wife, Lynn, always tries to stop her, as well as the previous police chief always tried to stop her as well, but he's dead, so that doesn't even really matter. I think he died in like, I want to say the 5th or the 6th movie within the series. So it's mostly just Lynn for the rest of the series as the police chief. And for whatever reason, she was not in the very latest episode. Maybe she had scheduling conflicts as well. And then number 9 is the location. So all of these are in Lawrencetown, Washington. I think Washington or Oregon. No, Washington. So in the book, they were in Lawrencetown, Georgia. So thank God they moved it because I'm not into the deep south, the heat. Plus it's in the winter and they have like cute winter scenes. And I don't know, the Northwest just seems happier to me for a cozy mystery series. All right. And then number 10, finally, how do you watch the old episodes? First, you can see them. You can actually buy them on YouTube TV, or you can buy them on Fubo TV. Not all of the episodes, because there are so many. I don't know why they haven't just streamed everything. They say you can watch them on Hallmark Now. That is a lie. You cannot watch them on Hallmark Now. They're the same ones on Hallmark Now that you see on YouTube TV or Fubo TV. So to me, there's like no point in paying for a subscription to Hallmark Now, which mostly has like really old stuff from like the 80s that nobody wants to see. I don't even know what their streaming scheme is, but it's awful. So don't sign up for it. They'll like throw 1 or 2 new things in there, but everything else is super old. What I do is I pay for cable, which is pretty expensive. I don't watch anything else. Ben does watch sports, but that's why I try to DVR everything that I want to watch on the Hallmark Channel, because their streaming service is so terrible. But maybe they do that on purpose. Like the streaming is so awful such that then you are forced to sign up for cable because that's the only way to get it. And you don't even have to sign up. I don't know. Everyone is different, but we didn't have to sign up for a special package. It was just the regular basic plus expanded to get the Hallmark Channel. But different regions might have different rules. All right, so that is the top 10 list for everything Hallmark for Aurora Teagarden. So let's just recap that list really quick. The first one is there are 16 movies. 17th one is coming out August 31st, or maybe not, because Hallmark just changes their dates arbitrarily for no reason without telling anyone. The second one is books versus movies. There are 10 books in the series. No more are going to be written, according to Charlene Harris. And the movies and the books very much diverge on the plot and everything else. Number 3 is age. She's about 40. And then number 5 is the cast. So we went through all of those famous people, the main characters, that is. And then number 6 is Sally, is her sidekick. She's a reporter. And number 7 is Lovelife. She is now married to Nick. And number 8 is the police help out. They're very friendly, but they do try to stop her from doing too much investigating or giving her too much information. But she is at the police station quite a bit. Number 9 is the location is in Lawrencetown, Washington for the movies instead of Lawrencetown, Georgia for the books. And number 10 is how to watch it. I recommend just getting a cable subscription and DVRing it. And they do reruns like whenever, like a lot, but whenever there is a new episode about to air, they'll do like an Aurora Teagarden like marathon. And so you could catch up on all of the episodes then, or definitely get a DVR service because you probably can't watch TV for that long without breaking to do something. And then you can see all of those episodes. But you can also buy some of the episodes on YouTube TV or Fubo TV. Hallmark Now, I think, is a waste of money. Don't do it. You can just get the same ones on those other 2 services. All right, I hope that was helpful in getting you up to speed and excited about the Aurora Teagarden mysteries. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.